What do the following items have in common? An ant, tomato fruit, orange fruit, vinegar, and electrolyte in car battery. What distinctive properties do they have? Difficult to identify, right? By the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer these questions. 1. Describe 4 properties of acids. 2. Describe the laboratory preparation of carbon 4 oxide gas. 3. How do you prepare hydrogen gas in the laboratory? And finally, if you are testing for carbon 4 oxide gas, what will you observe? Let's start with properties of acids. Acids have several distinct properties. First of all, acids have a sour or tart taste. Vinegar contains ethanoic acid, and lemons contain citric acid, and hence they taste sour. Never taste any unknown chemical to identify it, especially in the lab. Some acids are corrosive. And if you remember our lesson in year 1, where we talked about corrosive substances and their symbols, corrosive substances are substances that can cause visible destruction of body tissue, clothing, and metal surfaces. They have the following hazard symbol. Examples are concentrated acids, such as tetraoxosulfate 6 acid. Some acids are toxic or poisonous. Toxic substances can cause death or malfunction of a biological system when sufficient quantities are inhaled, absorbed through the skin, or ingested by swallowing. And they have the hazard symbol on your screen. Examples of such acids are hydrogen cyanide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Acids conduct electricity in aqueous solution. When dissolved in water, they dissociate to form ions that migrate to the electrodes to conduct electricity. They are therefore termed as electrolytes. Electrolytes conduct electricity. The illustration on your screen depicts the movement of the respective ions to the electrodes. The diagram on your screen is used to investigate whether a given sample conducts electricity. If the electrodes are placed in the sample and the sample conducts electricity, it will cause the bulb to be lighted. But on the other hand, if it doesn't conduct electricity, then the bulb will not be lighted. Acids turn litmus paper red. So in a given illustration, if a blue litmus paper is introduced into a sample which is acidic, it will immediately turn red. The litmus paper contains dyes which react with the acid to effect color change from blue to red. Acids have pH values less than 7. Acids react with reactive metals to form salt and hydrogen gas. The general word equation is shown on your screen. So you can see acid plus reactive metal will provide products of salt plus hydrogen gas. The salt and its name depend on the metal and the acid used in the reaction. So we look at our first example. The metal displaces the hydrogen from the acid. So we have a reaction between zinc and hydrochloric acid, and that produces zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Note that metals such as copper, silver, gold, and mercury do not react with acids. Secondly, trioxonitrate 5 acid does not yield hydrogen gas, but rather produces water. This is because the HNO3 supplies oxygen to convert hydrogen produced to water. This reaction is used in laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas.